Williams along with Bob Batters. We're talking Shore Conference Lacrosse Tournament. Saturday, East Championship Saturday. The boys and girls finals at Kessler Field at Monmouth University. The girls game at 12, the boys game at 2 o'clock. Our lacrosse coverage brought to you by Brielle at Rothman. We thank them for being a big part of the Shore Sports Network. So Bob, we're down to the final two on the boys' side. I don't think it's a surprising matchup. Certainly Manasquan being there and the Colts of CBA. I guess it is the matchup maybe most people would have predicted even a couple of months ago.
I mean, it is the 1 versus 2 seeds. The teams that have been 1 and 2 in our top 10 for the better part of the last month. So from that standpoint, no, definitely not a surprise. Manasquan certainly a heavy favorite to not only to get to the final but to win the final coming up on Saturday. It was a great semifinal, you know, Thursday night. Shore and CBA. Shore, the new kid on the block, playing in his first Shore Conference Tournament semifinal game, and it was a game that came down to the very end. CBA scoring with 3:14 left. Kyle Aldridge proved to be the game winner. 8-7, they move on. And yeah, here we go. Rematch from last year's championship game, Manasquan, CBA. Two rivals, a lot of kids from that sending district go to CBA. Manasquan head coach Sean Cunningham played at CBA, so certainly a lot going on there.
So they've played already this year, and it was a convincing Manasquan win. What would make you think that there's a possibility this one on Saturday could be different? Well,
You don't want to say never, but you know, CBA would have to play a perfect game, and to me, Manasquan would have to play a subpar game. A lot of things would have to line up. You'd need the face-off work for CBA, for Jared Lusich, to be pretty much flawless, and he was great against Shore. He would have to be even better against Manasquan. You need an incredible game and goal from Noah DeAndrea. You need some things to go your way, basically. CBA is a very good team. They've gotten better. They're a better team than when they lost 15-4 to Manasquan earlier in the season. But what also we saw on Thursday night is Manasquan was up against a ton of adversity. They were down a man, 5-minute non-releasable penalty in the first quarter. They fell behind 3-2, but their defense, it was so good, an incredible effort. They only allowed 1 goal on the whole penalty, and they go on to win by 10 goals in a game where you say, if this is going to be the time Manasquan falters, it's going to be in a situation like that. And they were able to take that punch and get past it. So you kind of saw what would happen in that, not a doomsday scenario, but if Manasquan's up against it, how would they respond? And they scored 11 straight goals and won by 10. So you look at that and say, what can CBA do to close the gap from last time? Again, they'd have to play an incredible game, and I think Manasquan would probably have to not play their best game, but we'll see.
And I think that might have been the one thing against Manasquan is people wondering, are they battle tested? Because they've had so many one-sided games this spring. You know, what do you do when you get in that game? 5, 6, 7 minutes left, maybe it's a 1 or 2 goal game. Now, it wasn't quite like that on Thursday night, but indeed, as you said, they had a little adversity, and they handled it pretty well.
They did. That was really the storyline coming out of that game. As you said, Manasquan has won most of their games handily. You look back early in the season, they played a very tough non-conference game against Bridgewater Raritan. Year in and year out, one of the best teams in the state. Their head coach, Chuck Appel, is a legendary coach in New Jersey. And Manasquan was down at the half, and they never panicked. They got it together. They ended up winning 11-7 in that game. And those kinds of things. You know, again, this team hasn't played a ton of great opponents this year. More so, that's just because of how good they are. You know, it's 2 games against Rumson, 2 wins. A game against CBA, 1 win. They beat Bridgewater Raritan. They can only play who's in front of them. They beat a very good Central Bucks East team out of Pennsylvania. It's just because they're that good. They're the number 5 team in the state for a reason. They are battle-tested more so throughout their careers. This is a team that has a lot of 3- and 4-year starters, players like Canyon Birch, Jack Fabian, James Pendergast, Mike LaPointe. You know, the list goes on. And, you know, outside of high school, these kids play at an elite level in travel lacrosse. So they've seen the best of the best, so they're certainly ready for that. But to your point, you wanted to see it on the field, especially in a short conference setting. What happens if their back is against the wall? And I think we saw the answer Thursday night.
So it's 2 o'clock on Saturday. Manasquan and CBA, the top 2 seeds for the boys' championship. At 12 noon, it's going to be the girls' final. And by the way, and Bob has written about this, we will be streaming live both championship games on Saturday, brought to you by a Lacrosse ball store. And this will be a first for us, our first live streaming of lacrosse games. Bob and I will do the broadcast. Bob will do it. I'll hold his water bottle. And we'll be doing both games. The girls' final is at noon, and not a real surprise here, 6-time defending champion Rumson Fairhaven against the 3rd seed Red Bank Catholic.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, no surprise that the Bulldogs of Rumson are in it. They're going for their 7th straight title. They've been a juggernaut in the Shore Conference. And they have over 100 consecutive wins against Shore Conference teams. It's just a mind-boggling number. The question really was on the other side of the bracket. Which team was going to get there? Manasquan and Red Bank Catholic had an epic game on Thursday night in the semifinals. Mackenzie Boyle scoring a late goal in the 4th quarter to give the Caseys a 9-8 victory. So now you have RBC, Rumson, 2 teams that are rivals in many sports. And these are 2 teams that played early in the season. Rumson coming away with an 11-10 victory. So that was closer than most of the games they have had. So that really should set up what should be a very entertaining final. You know, obviously, the story is, can Rumson win another one? 7 in a row. Can RBC dethrone them to win the title? So that should be a very fun one, high noon at Kessler Stadium.
The real question tomorrow is, can you carry me through 2 broadcasts?
I think we'll be fine. You're a professional.
By the way, the gates at Kessler Field on Saturday will open at 11 a.m. So if you're going up to watch the games at 11 o'clock, you can get in. And again, a terrific doubleheader. No surprise, the powerhouses of the Shore. The girls' final, of course, as we said, Rumson and RBC. And then at 2 o'clock, the boys' championship game, Manasquan and CBA. Really should be a fun afternoon of lacrosse on what will be one of the few beautiful days where we have actually had in this miserable month of May. Saturday looks like a home run. So hopefully it'll be a great day. Looking forward to this.
It should be a really good one. I'm definitely excited to broadcast these games. You have 2 games that should be very good. Hopefully that girls game really looks like it could be one that can come down to the wire. If you haven't seen Manasquan yet, go out and see them on the boys' side. A very fun team. A special team with an excellent senior class. And you know, CBA is a great program. Let's not discount the Colts. I know there's a prior result there that makes you lean certainly towards Manasquan, but you know, head coach Dave Santos and you know, his staff there, they'll have them ready, and I think we're going to see, you know, certainly at least early on, I think we're going to see a pretty good game there. We'll see if the Colts can sustain that the rest of the way.
Our live stream begins at 11:55 on Saturday from Monmouth University. Bob and I broadcasting both games and really looking forward to it. Want to thank Brielle at Rothman for sponsoring our lacrosse video coverage today, and we hope to see everyone on Saturday. For Bob Batters, I'm Kevin Williams. Thanks for watching the Shore Sports Network.